If you would like to attend more live classes like these, click the link in the description below. Welcome to today's resistance band class. I'm Coach Lindsay. Thank you so much for joining me today. Like I said, today is resistance bands. And so you are going to need one resistance band, that's it. I have my one that I showcased in the intro to resistance band class that has the handles. The band that I'm gonna be using is my lightest band, so it's equivalent to 10 pounds. You can use whatever band that you have, whatever weight you have. Just keep in mind, we're doing a lot of movements today. It's gonna be a pretty hefty class. And so going with a lighter might be the better option, but it's totally up to you. So you will need a band, that's it, nothing else. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So first we're gonna toss that band aside and we're just gonna get into a warm up here just to get the blood flowing and the body moving. So we're gonna start off with half jacks instead of a march. We always start with marches, but we're gonna change it up. So half jack looks like this, one leg out, one arm up, and then we're changing sides. So join me when you're ready. If you're feeling spicy, do a full jumping jack. There are no rules to this. We're gonna talk a lot of modifications here today. So like I said, this is a pretty hefty class. I would say this is more of an intermediate class. However, I'm going to provide a lot of beginner modifications. So this is your workout. If you need more rest, if you need to take a little bit to step aside, that's totally fine. You can always hop back in whenever you're ready. It's always kind of my rule. As long as you're moving, I am happy. Couple more seconds here on these half jacks and we're gonna go into some shoulder mobility because we have some upper body workouts here today. So we're gonna start with some full rotation. So we're gonna take our palms up and out. We're gonna come up and then we're gonna rotate, just so you can see my hands, rotate those palms back. And then we're gonna repeat that process. So wrists and shoulders come through full rotation here. Arms go up, rotate those hands out, and come back through. So we'll do one more rotation forward here, and then we're going to take it in the other direction. So this time, we're gonna take our palms, face them behind us, rotate those hands upward and inward as we come up, and then downward as we come down. So same thing, rotate up, just really opening up the chest and squeezing the back here. One more rotation here. Nice and slow and controlled. Awesome job. Last part of our warm-up is some hip abduction. So hands go on the hips, leg is gonna come out, and then you stabilize as you come back down. So you can add in some balance if you want and not come back down in the middle, but really today's class is all about mobility. So take time to open up those hips, outer hips and inner hips here. Just kind of rocking back and forth. We're gonna be doing some lunges or variations of lunges and squats. So we wanna make sure we're nice and warmed up here. Let's do 3 more on this left side and we'll rotate onto the other side here. Last one, go ahead and switch. So right leg comes out or whatever leg that you have left. Try to extend that full range of motion here, but of course go as far as you're able to with that hip. Couple more here, and then I'm gonna let you guys take a rest, grab some water. I'm gonna preview the workouts. So go ahead and just watch here for now. Like I said, grab some water, make sure you're ready to go. I will let you know when we can go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna preview the 4 workouts that we have in the set. We're gonna repeat the set 3 times. We're gonna have some rest in between, so don't worry. So first exercise is a bicep curl. This is gonna look like feet standing on the band. The band you wanna make sure is in the middle of your foot. And then you're gonna wanna make sure those elbows are glued to the side, and then we're coming up and slowly and controlled back down. So that's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 is either a traveling squat or traveling abduction, wherever you feel like you're at in terms of intensity. So cross those bands out in front of you like this. And then for the beginner modification, abduction, you're just gonna take the leg out for 2 steps and then over to the other side for 2 steps. Now the more intermediate advanced option is adding in that squat. So you can squat, 2 steps, come back up, squat in 2 steps, okay? So that's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 is our first combo exercise. So what this looks like is you're gonna take the band under 1 foot, get that foot out in front of you and get in a little bit of a lunge stance. So not a lunge, just spreading those legs out in the position. Then you're gonna wanna take that band and you're gonna wanna hold it below your strap. You're gonna wanna grip it in a fist kind of grip. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna row up, squeezing those shoulder blades. As you lower down, go into a lunge. You can take the lunge out though and just pulse, okay? So again, depending on where you're at with that range of motion with your knee and hips, you can do either one. So that's exercise 3 on each side. Then the last exercise is our last combo exercise, which is a squat and a shoulder press. Legs nice and shoulder width apart. Bring those arms up to where your fists are pointing out, or your palms, and that band is behind you. You're gonna take a squat down and then you're gonna press, okay? That is the intermediate or advanced option. The beginner option is taking the squat out and doing a pulse and then a punch in a punch, okay? For that punch, you're actually gonna wanna have your bands forward and punch this way, okay? So lots of modifications. Don't worry, that was a lot. I will walk you through it as we go, but let's go ahead and get started with our first exercise, which is that bicep curl. So we're gonna do 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, and let's go ahead and begin. So go ahead and get in that stance, bicep curl up. This is for time, okay? So we're not really going for reps here. You can count your reps just to kind of see how many you're able to get in that 45-second period. And then you can try to, expand that or go over that in the other sets. But more so for time here, really just focusing on controlled movements. So again, with that eccentric or that lengthening of the bicep muscle, you want to stay nice and controlled. We're not jerking down, okay? We're up and we're staying nice and controlled. Nice and tall, squeeze that core in. You've only got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, mighty family. Slowly release off of that band. Go ahead and take 15 seconds rest here before we go into that second exercise, but you wanna make sure you're nice and set up for it, as we're gonna begin in about 10 seconds. So feet go on top of that band again, cross that band out in front of you. Make sure you have a good grip, and let's go ahead and begin with those abductions or the squat. So remember, side to side or squat down, side to side, okay? We're here for 45 seconds. Really paying attention to that form in that squat, okay? Try not to lean forward. Try to lean back on your heels if you're doing the squat. And really engaging that core, staying nice and tall, chest is nice and up. We don't wanna see this, okay? Chest should not be towards the ground. Make sure you're standing up in between each squat. If you're squatting, again, the modification here is just an abduction step, okay? Great job, mighty family. 3, 2, and 1. Release that band nice and safely. Go ahead and rotate it off of your feet. We've got about a 10-second rest here. As we're going through these, please take more rest if you need to. Hop back in and join us when you're ready. So go ahead and get yourself set up for that third exercise, which is the row and lunge. Again, gripping that band below the handle strap here, getting in that lunge stance, and let's go ahead and begin. So we're rowing back, and then as we lower, we're lunging. You can also take the lunge out and pulse. Really squeezing those shoulder blades with that row and making sure you're keeping your chest nice and tall here. Awesome job, mighty family. Keep going. 15 seconds here. We run through this really quick, but I promise I'll give you lots of rest at the end of each set. Great job, mighty family. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and reset. Switch sides. We're doing that opposite leg. I'm always going to start with my left, so for me, I'm going with my right, of course. Get yourself all nice and set up. Deep breaths. And we are going to begin in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Row back, release, and lunge forward. Be very, very gentle with your lunge, making sure to keep track of that form too. Nice and down. That back knee should not touch the ground. You just want to let it hover. Again, modification is that pulse, okay? Totally up to you. Great job, mighty family. Keep going. Big deep breaths here. This is I call it a spicy workout. We're going to perspire. We're getting the heart rates up, but you'll feel good afterwards, I promise. Great job. 5 seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Release that band. Last exercise is that squat to shoulder press, okay? So go ahead and set yourself up. Band should be in the middle of your foot. Try not to rush that setup. Feet shoulder width apart. If you're doing the squat with shoulder press, you're gonna wanna take your bands up and behind. If you're doing the crossbody punch, you'll keep your bands in front of you. And let's go ahead and begin. So we're down for a squat and a shoulder press. Remembering your modifications to pulse and punch. Awesome job, Mighty Family. Remember to go nice and slow. We're not here for reps, we're here for time. Awesome job. Keep it up. Almost through set 1. We only get to do this 2 more times. 5 seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Get that last movement in. Slowly and safely release that band and step off. Okay, set 1 is done. Deep breaths. I am right there with you. We're breathing heavy. We need some water, so grab it. We're here for a minute. I'm giving you guys lots of time to rest in between these sets because the sets are spicy, okay? So take this rest however you want it. Grab some water, sit down if you need to. If you're feeling good and you want to keep the body moving, get into a march here. Totally up to you. I'm gonna take time to bring that heart rate down, okay? Nice and safe. This is a good time to also keep track or remember how many reps you got in that first set. If you want to try to beat that, great. If you want to try to keep the same intensity, great as well. This is a time where if you're feeling like maybe your band is too light, you can up your band size. This is just a good time of reflection, right? Get in your body, kind of feel what your body's doing. We're gonna begin in about 10 seconds here. So hopefully everybody's feeling nice and rested. Go ahead and get set up for that bicep curl here. So bands under the feet in the very center. Get your elbows attached to your side here. And let's begin, 45 seconds. Nice and controlled here. The only joint that should be moving is that elbow joint. We don't want to see that shoulder joint, right? That's not a bicep curl. Nice and controlled. Draw that belly button towards your spine. Really feel that resistance from the band. Nice and tall here, Mighty Family. Great job. The benefit of the first set is we get to feel it out. We get to see what it's like. And then the second set, we really get to kind of see what our body can do. And in the third set, we might be a little tired, but it's still a good opportunity to end the workout in a good way. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release that band nice and safely. If you're releasing it, we're doing the same kind of motion here and getting into those traveling squats. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and get that band under your feet again. Cross those bands out in front of your body. Get some good tension and a good grip on those bands. And let's begin. So 2 steps to one side, 2 steps to the other side here for 45 seconds, adding in that squat if you choose to. Nice and slow here. Awesome job, Mighty Family. Control your breathing. If you want to add more tension, pull that band a little tighter. If you need a little less tension, go ahead and release it. That's an option to kind of modify how much tension you have in that band. 5 more seconds here, Mighty Family. 3, 2, and last one here. Finish that set. Awesome job, Mighty Family. Go ahead and release. 15 seconds here, rest. Get set up to get into that row and lunge. So again, remember this one, we are gripping the band at the base of the handle. You can kind of grip down as far as you want, depending on how much tension you want. Get your lunge position, and let's begin. We're rowing, releasing, and lunging. 45 seconds here, Mighty Family. Great job. Really squeeze those shoulder blades with that row. Add that pulse in place of the lunge if you choose. Great job, Mighty Family. This is a great full body workout right here. 5 seconds, keep it going. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release that band out from under your foot and go ahead and switch sides. Get ourselves set up for the next side. Big deep breath in, and let's begin. Row, release, and lunge. Awesome job, Mighty Family. Keep that chest nice and tall. Squeezing that core. Try not to forget about your core. I will never let you forget. Keep going, mighty family. If you need to slow down, slow down. If you need to take some rest, take some rest. Remember, this is your workout. 10 seconds here. You got this. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, mighty family. Release that band from under your foot. Last exercise, then we get another rest. Go ahead and stand on top of that band, shoulder width apart. We've still got 5 seconds on our rest, so let's take it. We don't want to start too early. All right, mighty family, let's go ahead and begin. Bring those bands up into a goal post position, squat, and shoulder press. Remember your modification here. I will show again. Bring the bands out in front, a pulse, and 2 punches. Awesome job. This is the toughest exercise of the whole entire class. That's why I like to put it at the end, right? We got to feel accomplished. 15 seconds left here, mighty family. You got this. Then we get a whole minute rest. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 5 seconds. 3, 2, finish the set, and 1. Awesome job, mighty family. All right, step off that band. Take a rest. Deep breaths in and out. Grab some water. Please grab water in between every single set because we're getting sweaty. At least I am. I hope you are too. I mean, maybe I'm the only one. Who knows? Go ahead and get into that march if you want to keep that body moving. Sometimes in between sets, I kind of like to play with mobility a little bit. So you can always take the band and kind of play with some back mobility, some shoulder mobility. Just kind of play around with that band, get familiar with it if you're new to it still. It's always a good way to use that rest time. We got plenty of time here, 30 seconds. So as we go into this last set, remember how that first set or the first 2 sets felt. See if you need to make any modifications. If you've been doing the full exercises this entire time and you need to go back to the modifications, perfectly fine. We've got 10 seconds, mighty family. Let's go ahead and get set up for that bicep curl. Grab your bands. Get on top of that band, middle of the foot, super important so it doesn't slide. Make sure you have a good grip, elbows glued to your side, and let's begin. Last time we're doing these bicep curls, so let's make them count. Nice and controlled. Stay nice and tall, draw that belly button towards your spine, engage that core. Awesome job, mighty family. Halfway through. "15 seconds, keep going. Don't compromise your form. If you start to feel like your form or your muscles or arms are getting weak, ditch the band. You can do this just with your body weight and get the same benefit, okay? So know that that's an option. 3, 2, and last one. Release that band nice and safely. I'm gonna stay on top of mine because we're just gonna get right into those traveling squats. So whenever you are ready, we've still got 5 seconds here. Take your rest. Roll those shoulders back away from your ears. Cross those bands in front of you. Have a good grip. And let's go ahead and begin. 2 steps to the left and to the right. Squatting down and back up. Great job, mighty family. Our quads, our glutes, our hamstrings, they're all working here. Even our upper body because we have to hold that tension up with the bands. 15 seconds here, keep going. Take your steps a little smaller if you need to. 3, 2, last one, finish it out, and you're done. Awesome job. Release those bands, nice and safe. And then we are going to get right into the rowing lunges, okay? We still got 10 seconds, don't worry. Hold on to the base of the bands there, or the base of the handles. Get in that nice wide lunge stance, and let's go ahead and begin. So we're rowing, release, and lunge. Awesome job, mighty family. Time under tension here. These movements should be nice and slow and controlled. We don't want to pull back really fast. Great job. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Squeeze the legs. It'll make it a lot easier, I promise. 10 seconds here. Hold on to it. This is the last time you have to do a lunge today, so, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're doing more. More power to you. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, Mighty Family. Slowly release that band. Switch to the other side. Go ahead and get all set up and ready to go. 5 seconds and we begin. 3, 2, and 1. Rowing back, release, and lunge. Great job, Mighty Family. Chest nice and high here. Sitting back on the heel when you lunge. 15 seconds, that's all. We are dripping at this point, Mighty Family. 5 seconds, you got this. 3, 2, and 1. Release that band off of your foot. Last exercise, and then we are done. We get to cool down. 20 minutes, that's a lot of constant movement here. So go ahead and get on that band here, right in the middle of that foot. Go ahead and get set up with whatever shoulder, upper body position you're doing. And let's begin. Squat and press. Nice and slow release of the upper body there. Same with the bicep curls. We don't want to come down nice and fast, right? We want to be nice and controlled. Awesome job, Mighty Family. Woo! Almost there. 15 seconds. Hold on to it. Scale back to that modification if you need to. 5 seconds. Try to get 2 more reps in here. 3, 2, last one. Awesome job, Mighty Family. Relax that band. Pull it out from under your feet. Toss it. Well, don't toss it aside, actually. We got to use it for one of the cool downs, and then you can toss it aside. Let's go ahead and take a moment here to just let our heart rates come down. Grab some water. We'll get into some stretches here. All right, Mighty Family, go ahead and take that band. You can kind of roll it around your hands, and then we're just gonna take it and we're just gonna extend it out in front of our chest here, okay? So this is just good to open up the chest, stretch that back out. We did a lot of back here today. It's just a really good way to stretch out the upper body here. And then we're gonna take that band and come up for some shoulder rotations. If you have any shoulder limitations, just keep doing the banded back stretch, but if you can take it up over, you're gonna feel a nice stretch in your chest. You can bring it back down in front of you too, just to relieve some tension in your shoulders. Great job, Mighty Family. A couple more rotations here, and then we'll get into some lower body stretches. Last one here. And go ahead and release. Now you can toss that band aside. We don't need them anymore. We're gonna get into some shoulder stretches here just because, like I said, we did a lot of shoulder work. So let's bring that arm across our body here, making sure to keep that shoulder away from your ear. We're not up here. We're down here nice and straight. Take a few really big, deep breaths in and out here with me. That heart rate's still elevated. It's gonna take a while. Go ahead and switch sides. Awesome job, Mighty Family. That was a tough workout. I will probably say one of my toughest. So great job for being here and getting it done. If you had to modify, you still were here and got it done. So be proud of everything that you did today. Let's go ahead and get into some lower body stretches. So we're gonna go ahead and do a quad stretch. So we're gonna take that foot, grip it with our hand, and we're just gonna pull that heel to our butt as far as you can go, keeping those knees in line here. Hold on to a wall if you need. For balance, our legs are a little wobbly, we're tired, so we need some support here. Go ahead and release, switch sides. Please do some more stretching after this if you need to. Lots of stretching videos in the app and on the website. Take advantage. Awesome job, mighty family. Last part of our cool down here, we're gonna just do one, well, let's do a couple sun salutations. So arms come up all the way, nice big chest opener, forward fold. Get as close to your toes as you can, and then slowly roll back up. 2 more here, inhale. Exhale as you forward fold. Get that nice glute and hamstring stretch in here. And then roll yourself back up. Last one here, mighty family. And forward fold, exhale. Hang here if it feels nice, kind of feels nice to me, decompressing the back a little bit. And then roll yourself back up. Awesome job, mighty family. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm gonna go towel off. We are sweaty. You do the same, and I'll see you next time.